Let me ask you a question. Do you look at the world and long to be like the world, act like the world, talk like the world, dress like the world, have the world's respect and the world's esteem? If you're that way, you ought to be terrified, because that just could be evidence that God has not done a work in you.
Do you long to look like the world? Do you long to talk like the world, to dress like the world? I hope not. Says the man who is wearing a power suit. Who else wears power suits? The world. Says the man with his hair parted who probably uses shampoo. Where's that in the Bible? That's the world doing that. Says the man who speaks behind a pulpit. You know who else speaks behind a pulpit? A lot of worldly people. Politicians. People giving stump speeches on making yourself a better person or things like that. This is the activity of the world, without question. Does this church have a budget? Where does that idea come from, and what is the budget? What are his salary expectations? And how much do those expectations depend on his understanding of what he should make vis-a-vis the culture around him? What kind of a car does he drive? See, I'm not really trying to nitpick here. I'm just trying to make a point. See, I understand and I agree that Jesus' followers should live a life that reflects that reality. And I think that can have many expressions over different cultures and over different times, although I think fundamentally that is something that's rooted in love. But what I don't want is someone waving his finger at me, telling me not to be worldly, when his own life and his ministry is likely much more deeply enmeshed in the world than he realizes or is willing to admit.